Welcome to another episode of Tyson Unfiltered. What can I say? Per the usual, a lot has happened. Um, I've been working like crazy, which is great. I just directed the first season of a new show called 90210 Doctors. At least that's what it's called at the moment. That could change, but it was amazing. If you remember, we did the first pilot episode. We did that in December. I don't know what's going on, but I hear the helicopters. We're doing a show here. Um, we did the first episode in December, and that went over very well. So we needed to quickly get to a season, and so we needed to get to at least 6 episodes. And so we shot 5 episodes over the course of 2 days. Uh, Friday, we call time was at 5, and we were there until like midnight, maybe 12:30. And then Saturday, the very next day, we had a call time at 7 a.m. and we had a hard out by 1 was the hard out, but we finished by like 12. And it was great. It was so much fun. I can't wait to direct more shows. Um, I love being in front of the camera, but I enjoy behind the camera too. But really, did that just slide? Or am I imagining things? Okay. Um, I'm really actually at a crossroads in life though, because I'm getting all this opportunity to do things behind the camera when all I want to focus on is Tyler as the artist. Like, yeah, I'm the executive. Yeah, I can produce stuff. Yeah, I can direct stuff. Yes, sure. But before I even got into this, I was talent. I was a child actor. I really wanted to major in like theater and all of that, but I just didn't have the courage to do that because I came from one of those families where you had to have like a what they would call a sturdy education life. You know what I mean? Like you had to have like a career in science or be a lawyer or, if you want to go the doctor route, that's even better. Like, so I was like, okay, I'm already giving up the idea of being a doctor because I was biology pre med until my junior year of college, and I fell in love with broadcasting and journalism. So I changed my major to broadcast journalism. So I'm like, okay, it's not theater, but I still at least get to be in the television space, and maybe one day I'll cross over and do something. Who knows? Um, and I've loved it. I've loved it, but opportunities have come, and I think it really after the Image Awards. I worked with the Image Awards for their 50th NAACP Image Awards, and I got to see a lot more behind the scenes and get not a lot more, but more behind the scenes experience. And I think that was the moment the artist side kind of took a back seat, because in that space the art was not a part of it. I was highlighting everybody else and focused on everyone else. I would anyway. Um, so now after grad school, after everything that's going on in my life, the highs and the lows of Talk It Up, all the other shows in between, you know, hustling and grinding to get my SAG after eligibility. Um, Let me just tell y'all something. I literally sat back and thought about my journey and my accomplishments, if you will. Now, I'm always in competition with myself. Like, that's always been the case. I don't get jealous of anyone, like at a very early age. I don't know where it came from, but I've always been secure in what was mine. Maybe because I had so much and I never wanted or needed. I was never in a place of need as a child. Fortunate, blessed, uh, that I just didn't grow up being jealous of anybody else or what they had. Because I had, if I wanted something, I usually could just ask for it and got it. The only thing I never got was this dog. But anyway, uh, I was thinking about some of my accomplishments and accolades, and it's like, wow, there's so many amazing things that happen that you just don't even, you don't give them the weight that you should have. Um, so yeah, in doing that and reflecting on all that I have accomplished, I now want to get back to the artist side. I now want to get back to looking out for the artist first and letting everything else come second. I still want to direct, I still want to produce, I still want to write, I still want to do all of those things, but the artist is first. Those other things now have to take a back seat. That's how I want to kind of approach my life in this season. Um, and so that's how I'm going to move. So I usually don't make big declarations. I'm not one for that. I am a show and prove type person. I don't, I know vision boards and all of those things are miraculous and wonderful and they do all these great things, but my mind is a vision board. So I'm the things that, and I don't know. My point is, um, I usually don't say what I'm about to do before it happens. You're going to see a change. You're going to see in a good way, in a positive way, you're going to see a change in me as I get more settled. Because, as I stated a few episodes ago, if you're going to move like the artist, that requires one type of movement compared to the executive or the producer or the director. Like they just all move differently. And another thing that I'm realizing, I used to try to get people to see things. Like I can't explain it, but I have a really stupid, in a good way, stupid sixth sense or gut feeling or intuition or whatever it's called. It's like Big Sean, I think it was Big Sean or Drake. Somebody said, energy is the first language that I speak. And it really is like I can literally read a situation, a person, or whatever, just in this one brief interaction. I can tell you already it's going to work, it's not going to work. We should work together, we shouldn't work together. Those two should date, they shouldn't date. Like, I usually get the whole picture. And because of that, I can avoid a lot of toxic situations. And I'm just finding how much toxicity there is around, and people don't even realize that it's toxic. Like, so many people are triggered by so many different things, and people are like triggering people left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, unintentionally. But because everybody's so wounded, so broken, so everybody's just being triggered, and it's just like this constant ping pong. This, what's the not Minecraft, but there was like a game where every few steps there would be a landmine. That's how it feels like people are going off with these triggers. Like, it's insane. Uh, yeah, it's just really, it's a lot. Yeah, Tyler Tyson Unfiltered. It's even hard to do the show if you aren't connected, because my emotions are so all over the place. that even though I just had this whole conversation with y'all, those were like, that was nervous conversation. That wasn't, y'all know how I am. Y'all know what our conversations are like. Like that was that, if you ever wanted to see what nervous Tyler looked like, that was him. Um, so really, I did all of that to get to this. I thought somebody was about to walk in. Um, there's just a shift happening, and I feel it, and I see it, and it's freaking me out. I can't stop it, but it's happening. Um, at this moment, everything is going right, but it's, I can't determine if it's that it's not going right the way that I want it to go right, or is it not really going right? Um, and I say that because all of the fires and all of the issues and all of the things that were going on last we spoke have all been satisfied, and everything is great regarding those things. Well, now there's another batch. And this other batch, they aren't necessarily bad because they are throwing money my way. And if there's one thing that I love, um, not love in a toxic way, but y'all know what I mean. You never say no to the money unless it's bad money. Um, which it has to be really bad to be bad money. But anyway, I just the issue with these opportunities that are coming my way is that they are counterproductive for me making the promise to only focus on me. You know, I realized over the last couple weeks, I am like the P Diddy of television. That is the reason why I got on this thing and turned this on. It just, that notion just landed in my lap this weekend that I am the P Diddy, the Sean Puffy Combs of television. It's not that I make superstars. It's not that, oh, you know, you come to me, I mean, I can. Yes, 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 yes. But through my connections, through my environment, through me, things happen. One of my friends told me the other day, um, I'm working my ass off. He's partying at the Grammys, and he's telling me like, "Oh, I'm in this room with MC Light and this person and that person," and then it dawned on me the only reason I'm here is because of you. I wouldn't even know these people to have gotten invited to whatever if it hadn't been for you. And then it's when he said it to me, I was like, oh wow, yeah, you're right. Wow. Well, thank you for that acknowledgement because people never acknowledge. Um, but if that's who I am, I need to just lean more into that and not. Um, I don't know. I don't even know what the opposite of not leaning. I guess ignoring it or letting it just kind of haphazardly happen. Like I don't know. I think once you understand one of your strengths and like not, because I don't want to say once you understand your lane and you stay in it. That's not it because you know clearly P Diddy is just as big a superstar as Mary J. Blige, but had it not been for P. Diddy, there wouldn't really be a Mary J. Like, don't get me wrong. I think she would have always, at some point, gotten into the industry and things, could potentially happen. But Diddy was the man that, like, I don't know if he signed her to the deal because she was with MCA, but I know he produced her whole like first album. So that initial Mary sound that hit so hard that we love, real love and all that, that's Diddy. So, but like I said, Diddy's just the biggest, not a star, but you know what I mean, just the biggest celebrity. So what I realize is that, there are people that wait till they get to the top. Oh, when I get to the top, I'm gonna reach back and help my community. When I get back to the top, I'm gonna reach back and pull these people up. When I get to the top, win. And then there are others that actually pull you up and throw you up as they're still trying to climb the ladder and get to the mountain. And I'm one of those people. I can't help, I don't like to keep things a secret and, oh, well, I'm not going to share this opportunity because I don't want them to outshine me. I'm not that guy. Like, I'm very confident in who I am and what I want and the direction that I'm going. I've never been in competition with anyone. And I think that's because I'm an only child. When you grow up as an only child, you're not constantly in this, I call it a threatened state of existence. Like, I didn't have a mommy, I had a grandma. I didn't have to fight for grandma's attention. Like, all her kids were grown and out. And the other grandchild, she was 10 years older than me. So I didn't have any competition when it came to getting attention. I'm also, for the longest time, I was the baby of my extended family. So I always had attention. I always had tangible, material things and labels and all of that. So that's why that doesn't mean anything to me. Um, but I think that people that have siblings, there's always a little bit of rivalry. There's always a little bit of, I need to outshine this one a little bit more so I can be seen. And I just don't have that. I think when people have that, that usually keeps them from helping others along the way, because I'm going to help you, but you're not going to outshine me. That's how most people, I think, operate. And I don't operate like that. I am the, okay, so I have this opportunity, and I'm going to introduce you to so and so, and this is what they do. I'm definitely not making any promises or anything, but I'm just making the connect. Like, I'm that guy, and then I'm on my own path. Like, the heck. So I'm one of those. I'm climbing, and then I'm gonna also throw you. Hopefully, you get to the mountain because I'm on my way. I mean, not to the mountain, but to the top because I'm on my way. I don't know. I just am realizing, and I think I have really high expectations, not just for myself, but I've accepted the fact that being my friend really isn't easy. It's not. Um, I'm I'm not like a needy friend where and when I say needy, this isn't a bad thing at all. I just mean, like, because I am such an independent person, there are times where, no, I don't call some of my best friends, the people I love the most, I don't call them every single day. I might not even talk for a week because I'm like in it. Like, my life really does just spin stupid fast. Um, and I know that's frustrating. And I think every last one of my friends has cussed me out at least twice about it, but they hang in there with me and they stick it out. So thank y'all. um, but yeah, I say that to say that I realize it seems so simple to me because it's me thinking about me. But I realize I'm probably not the easiest person to be friends with, because people really do want more. And if you're not around or you're busy, you know, they feel excluded. It's like, why am I even your friend? Why am I hanging around? Like, So I also say that to say, not to get on them, but on me, I have very high expectations though from my friends. So when I come around, you can gripe and moan all you want to, but I still expect you to be my friend. But even beyond that, my expectation for my friends is still high. Like I expect them to look out for me. I expect them to, like I don't know, because when I say you're my friend, I'm going to the ends of the earth. Because I don't. I used to tell one of my exes would always say, "Oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend." Everybody was a friend. We walk into a room. That's my friend. My friend. My friend. My friend. My friend. And then it dawned. I was like, "Oh, you're just using the word friend because you know the person, because y'all are cool, because y'all can laugh and have a good time, then that's just your friend. You don't really mean your friend. Because when I say, oh, this is my friend, I'm vouching for this person. I'm telling you, you can, just as you would treat me and think highly of me, you can think that of this person. They good people. So what if, some business comes out of this, you can rely that this will be a good connection. If love comes out of this, you can almost guarantee there's going to be a good connection here. Like calling someone a friend for me is like putting a guarantee on it, like money back guarantee. So I just realized that most of society uses the word friend like my ex. Everybody's a friend. And social media didn't help, especially, Facebook. I got 5,000 friends. You only know 10 of these people. At least with Instagram and the others, they call them followers because yeah, these are people that are following my life. They're interested in who I am and what I do and what I'm about, which is fantastic. That's a much better term to me than friends because you don't know these people. Anywho, yeah, so I have very high expectations, but once I understand what it is and what's going on, oh, now I can adjust my expectations. Now I won't, you know, I don't expect certain things. And when that adjustment is made, there's just a change and a different energy. So I was talking to my dad today and we talked for a little while, probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And he is at the moment, he has like a oxygen tank. He has COPD. He smoked for years. I was trying to get him to stop. He finally stopped, and then he, had COPD. He had chronic asthma, and he had like a couple of pumps, inhalers that he used for years. Well, he went to Houston at the top of the year, and when he came back, he just has been having difficulty breathing, and so then he went to the hospital. He was in the hospital for like I want to say almost a week, at least 5 days. And now he has an oxygen tank. He still has some phlegm in his chest. I think what does he say? It's called Rhino's disease or something. It's a lesser mild. I use the word mild loosely, but it's a lesser degree, I guess, of a type of pneumonia. Like it's a borderline pneumonia or something. So y'all keep him in your prayers. No, seriously. But so in talking to him, he just told me, he was like, I hope you know that I like how proud I am to be your dad. Like, I'm just so proud and happy to be your dad and all of these things. And, when he said it, of course, I was like, oh, look at this man. And I was like, well, the feeling is mutual. I love being your son. So it's one of those moments where you're like, God, you want to be able to say that. You want to be able to say that to your, you want to be able to say that to your parents. Yeah, that was a good one. So, we had we had a conversation about not necessarily staying organized, but prioritizing because I've been feeling extremely overwhelmed and abused and all of the things like feeling overwhelmed with work. I'm not complaining because work means money, but I'm being overwhelmed. Like if I'm like, for example, Talk It Up is in a whole new season. There have been some. We've decided to alternate our hosts, keep it a little fresh and interesting, and it looks phenomenal. So now it's like, okay, well, we got this going. We got this on a routine. This is working well. Now let's get the promo working well so we can actually get more views and all of those things. But before I could even jump into this, the moment we finished Talk It Up, I then ended up directing 5 episodes over 2 days of 90210 Doctors, which is great. I got my first
And
season out of the way. That's
action.
an amazing job. I'm so proud that to even do that and get paid uh, way more to direct. That's another reason why I want to keep directing. Being talented is cool and cute, but that anyway. Um, and now I'm doing a whole other show, and it's like you got to give me time here. Like I want to do these things, but you got to give me time to get all of the things flowing. Like let's get all of the parts of Talk It Up flowing. Then let me get into this other show and get this one flowing. Like so I felt very overwhelmed. My dad talked me off the ledge. That was the point that I was making. Um, I've been feeling emotionally all over the place because at one point it feels like I'm emotionally raw and vulnerable, and then the other point I'm emotionally strong and sound. So it's just that my emotions are heightened. And as I said before, I can spot bullshit and not even bullshit. I spot problems faster than anyone. And yeah, something's up. I just don't know where. I don't know if it's at the workplace, the home place, family place. Like where is the red alert? But I feel it. So I am hoping that it's not family and maybe it's my dad and I'm heightened because of that. Maybe I'm overworked and so I'm heightened over here at work. Maybe. I don't even have words for the home life. So who knows? It could be there too. Um, I don't know. I am slowly but surely, slowly but surely, mark my words. I have a time frame in my mind. I'm not going to say what that is, but by a particular time this year, you all will see a notice. Maybe it'll be a slight change, but you'll notice a change in your boy. So, I guess my message and the reason that I'm jumping on one is because I wanted to tell you all of the exciting things that have been happening. Because I've been wanting to jump on, but time and schedule, and because of that, I think that's why the feeling of the show is just a little off. Like I'm having to rush and squeeze you guys in this little bit of time, and y'all know that's not how we get down. Like, but I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I was talking to my dad, and the whole time the conversation was on prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself. You come first. Your feelings, your feelings. My grandmother told me some of her parting words to me were, when I'm gone, who's gonna look after you? And I was like, nobody, grandma. I'm gonna have to look out for myself. She's like, that's right. You have to take care of yourself. You look out for yourself. Da 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 da. And you know, after she passed, and the whole time I had been thinking about her parting words, some of her parting words, but that in particular, and in saying it a million times, I still was just like, well, why would she say that? Because my dad is here. If anything goes really wrong, I know I can call my dad and he got me. Uh, But in this last week of utter confusion and chaos here in LA, I was directing shows. The Grammys was going on. Something else was going on. Like it was a lot. Um, it dawned on me that when she was saying who's going to look out for you, who's going to be there for you, outside of materialistic things, when you're really, really like you need someone to look out for you, your emotional well-being, your feelings, like the very core and essence of who you are, they're looking out for that person and interested in seeing that person grow and be their best. There's nobody else in the world. Nobody. There's not one single other person in this world that is going to look out for your best interest more than you. The only other person that would is your mother. And in my case, that person's gone. So there's nobody. So yeah, you can call your dad and he can, buy you out of whatever the problem is. But what if it's something that can't be bought? What if it's your health? What if it's like someone broke your heart and you need that? Like money isn't going to heal that. The emotional scarring that comes with different types of trauma, money can make things easier. Sure, I can like go relax on the beach of wherever, which I do anyway. But you I was trying to think of something really quick, and I do so much I couldn't even think of anything. That's a blessing. um but you get what I mean. Money is like a temporary surface fix, which is why materialistic things never meant anything to me, because I realized that in most cases, it's really linked or tied to me trying to make myself feel fill in the blank, feel worthy of fill in the blank, feel cuter than fill in the blank, feel sexier than fill in the blank, feel whatever the adjective is that you want to use. It's usually to, and don't get me wrong, every all of us do it from time to time, but my point is I've never really, that's just not been my thing. And that's part of the reason why. Um, and plus, I'm always kind of in work mode. And y'all see my work clothes is like gym clothes because I need to be able to go from gym to work to over here, like, you know, with a couple showers in between. Anyway, let me go because I got a million and one things to do. As I just told y'all, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Remember to bring a friend and bring a snack. The next time we talk, it's going to be different. Shout out to Beyonce. She became the artist with the most Grammy wins. Shout out to Viola Davis, who became an EGOT. Like, what?
I just EGOT.
I was hanging out with John Legend the other day. No, really, I went to a John Legend performance last night and another EGOT. If you ever need a friend, look around and stand it right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. And I was like, he was literally as close to me as, y'all can't see it. He was literally as close to me as the door, the lamp, somewhere over there. Um, and I was just thinking, okay, I really would love to be in the EGOT club, but you don't go after it like that. And I was just like, when would my life take me in those places? And I'm no longer in my 20s or my 30s. Like, when am I gonna be able to do these things? But time is relative. Maybe I'll be the oldest EGOT inductee. Who knows? It's just great to see people win. It makes you, it reminds you, oh, I can win too. So it's always good. That's why I love award shows. People always say, Award shows are stupid. Why do y'all watch? They're irrelevant. You decide the worth of the award, and all of those things are true. But I still like to see people celebrate it. I still like to see, you know, people win. Like, it doesn't mean that they're better than this. It just means that in this moment, this is who they have chosen as their favorite of the moment. That changes. Like, you look at categories from a couple years ago, and what your favorite was then and what your favorite is now is probably not the same. So it's just like a snapshot. It's like a picture. It's just a picture in time. That's why they call it the 65th. The 66th is gonna be a different picture, you know? So I haven't seen any of it really, except a couple clips here and there. Um, but I'm sure over time I'll go back and watch. But anyway, let me go. Bye, y'all.